Hello, I'm Robert Spurway, Managing Director and Chief Executive at GrainCorp, and I'm delighted today to be joined by Ian Morrison, GrainCorp's Chief Financial Officer. Today we're announcing GrainCorp's results for the first half of the 2021 financial year, and we're seeing really strong momentum in the business. Underlying Ebitda reported at 140 million, up from 105 million in the corresponding period last year, and our net profit after tax, 51 million, up from 27 million in the same period last year. So we're seeing strong momentum in the business, obviously a lot more activity as well. So also really pleasing to update you that our injury frequency rate has improved from 6.5 to 6.1. That's part of our ongoing commitment to keep our people safe and achieve zero harm. Ian, I touched on the fact that we're delivering stronger results on the back of a bigger harvest, but also delivering on our underlying initiatives and doing what we said we would. Can you talk a little bit about the crop and the benefits it's bringing to GrainCorp?
Thanks, Robert. Some of the highlights across our agribusiness and processing segments this year I'll just touch on. Firstly, receivables, 14.5 million in the first half this year, and that compares to 3.8 in the prior corresponding half last year. Exports, we've seen 3.1 million tonnes this year in the first half, and that compares to just over 500,000 tonnes in the prior half year. Those numbers really highlight the uplift from the big crop we saw this year. What's been really pleasing is to see our end-to-end infrastructure network really operating to its full capability to manage that big task. Moving on to our processing segment, it's also been fantastic to see a 12% uplift in our crush volumes. Our Newmarket plant is working really well to deliver on those operational efficiencies. And lastly, in our processing segment, it's been great to see our foods business onboard a new flagship customer this year, and that's been fantastic for that business.
So today, Ian, the board has also declared an interim dividend of 8 cents per share. So good news for our shareholders?
Yes, and that compares to a final year dividend at FY20 of 7 cents per share. So that increase really reflects the confidence we have in the through the cycle earnings of the business and is a great news for shareholders.
The other really important update we're providing today is an upgrade to our earnings for the financial year 2021. The previous range of 230 to 270 million underlying Ebitda has been lifted to 255 to 285 million. So we're seeing strong results and strong outlook for the remainder of the year, Ian.
Yes, and that momentum also looking ahead to FY22, the higher levels of grain inventory should see us carry out between 3.5 million and 4.5 million tonnes in the network at 30 September. Also looking ahead to FY22, growers across the East Coast are well into planting for the winter crop, and positive subsoil moisture levels bode well for the upcoming harvest.
So on that point, I do want to acknowledge all of our grower customers. As Ian said, we're seeing good soil conditions across most of East Coast Australia. We wish you well for the completion of planting, but importantly for all of the crop season through to harvest in summer. I also want to acknowledge our customers and thank you for your ongoing support. And importantly, I want to thank all of the people at GrainCorp. It's been a busy year and a busy program of export to continue, not just in the second half of the year, but flowing well into next year. So thanks for your support and thank you to all of you for joining us today for this update.